guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm filming this fiery sunset glitterful eye using the Jaclyn Morphe palette. This palette is like gold dust. You literally cannot get it anywhere. So I decided to test it out. Let's see if it is worth the hype that is built up about it. Do you need this palette in your life? Watch and see. So the reason why I have this palette is because it's actually available now to buy off Beauty Bay, which is unreal, obviously. Beauty Bay is a website that allows you to buy American brands such as Morphe and Ofra and Anastasia Beverly Hills, all without having to pay smelly customs, which is great if you're living in Ireland, the UK, Europe. It's splendid. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look right here, then keep on watching. Unfortunately, I did not get the little like name card thingamajig. I don't know the names, but I will edit the names into this while I'm using them on screen, if that's alright with you. First off, I'm taking this shade here. It's the yellowy shade in the palette. I'm trying out a few new brushes today, guys, from Rebelluna. They're an Irish brand. They have amazing eyelashes. I'm obsessed. They kindly gifted me with these brushes, though. I want to see what they like. So first off, I'm going in with the R21 brush, which is just a small blending brush, and that yellow shade. So I'm really working this into the upper crease. This is my first time using the Jaclyn palette. I've used other Morphe palettes before, and what I can say from them is they're definitely pressed differently. With these, there is not like any kickback really at all, whereas the other Morphe palettes, they are quite like powdery. You only have to pick up the tiniest amount of product each time and just building that up. I am going for blown out smokes, as you can see, but I like to do all on top first and then I do the bottom afterwards. I do actually spend an awful lot of time with the transition shade just to make sure that I'm getting the shape that I want. If the shape is wrong from the start, then obviously the rest of it then is just gonna go diddies up. I really like this brush. This is the R21. It's just a very small blending brush. I've got honestly the most awkward eyes ever to work on, and a lot of brushes are too big, whereas this, honestly, I feel like it's gonna be my new favorite because it is that like fluffy dome, but it's so small. It's a little bit denser. I'm feeling it. Blendy, 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 blendy. Aww. Next up, I'm taking this orange. I'm taking this on a Inglot 48SS brush. It's just a really nice small crease brush. Rebelluna don't really have one, so I'm using this one. So applying this colour in the exact same way, just keeping it closer to the lash line. Oh crap, I forgot to say, see, this is why I shouldn't be allowed on YouTube. I fail. I forgot to say that with my concealer, I didn't set it. What I find with Morphe eyeshadows before is because they are a little bit more powdery, if you set your base, you're not going to get as much pigmentation from them. I never really set my eyelids with any look that I do, just because I do want something that's super bold, super colourful, super boom. I don't actually set my lid, I just set the brow bone area and slightly into the crease, just where you're going to be blending, and I only ever use whatever's left on my powder brush. I actually don't like go in with more product. It just makes sense to me, okay? If you put cream eyeshadow over your concealer, then every eyeshadow you put on top of that is going to mix with the cream and become more diluted. So if you want a softer look, then that's fine, but if you don't, then you shouldn't set it. Now, some eyeshadows work differently. Some eyeshadows do need you to set a little bit more, maybe they're crazy pigmented, and some eyeshadows might be a little bit more powdery, so they need a little bit more grit and grip, you know? Now that we got that out of the way, let's proceed. So again, adding this in the exact same manner as the first shade, but just keeping it a little bit closer to the lash line. I don't know why I always put on an accent whenever I say that. A little bit. A little bit. Just going back in with a previous brush and a previous bit of that yellow and just blending the very, very edges of that orange. Because we are going for a sunset look, it is so important to have separate brushes for each eyeshadow. Otherwise, it's just going to get very wishy-washy. They're all going to blend in together and you're not going to have that nice sunset look, you know? Sorry, that's my alarm. I don't know why it's going off right now. This is what I need to be woken up to, this noise. I have to be woken up gently. If I'm woken up to a big like meh, meh, I'll be angry. I need to be woken up like a Disney princess, like with twinkles and stuff. Next then I'm taking this deep red shade. I'm taking this again on a smaller brush. This is the Rebel Luna or 2-3 brush. So it's just kind of just like a, it's like a big bullet brush. So the darker the colour we use, the closer to the lash line we keep it, and the smaller the brush we use. If you did not know this already, then you have not been watching my videos, and it is unfortunate for you. Because I am doing a half-cut crease type thing, you want to make sure that you bring all the darker colours right up into the crease, like so. Using a previous brush again, just to blend the edges. Honestly, these blend like a dream. The POA right now then is to cut the crease. To cut the crease, I'm going to be using Inglot 68 gel liner on my Rebel Luna R30 lip brush. I always use a lip brush to cut my crease just because it's so small. Obviously you can use a concealer brush if your eyelids are a little bit bigger, but mine are small, so we're going to use a lip brush. Starting from the inner corner, I'm just going to pull the product across. I did mix the gel liner with Jaclyn. It just makes it a little bit more watery. That makes it glide across the lid a lot easier, and also makes it easier to fix up mistakes if I have to. I'm using a cream instead of a white. I think a white would just be too stark with this look. I don't want it. Taking the excess off my brush, we're just going to blend it across then, just so there's no harsh line. The only thing that this palette is missing is like a matte cream, so I'm just taking my own 503 HD sculpting powder, and I'm just going to start pressing that from the inner corner just to set the gel. This is going to make it a lot more intense looking and also stop it from creasing on you. Just using the same little lip brush to do so, just to make sure I get right up. So I want to have it fading from the cream to the yellow to the orange to the red. So that sounds like a dance, like cream to the yellow to the orange to the red. Okay, enough of that. I'm just going to take my Inglot lip brush then and take the yellow shade that we used earlier, and we're just going to pop that right into the center. Sorry, there's like a cow having a heart attack outside my house right now. Could you not? For the outer portion then of the eye, I'm actually going to use a tiny amount of shimmer. Now because I am using a shimmer in the crease, I didn't want to go for like a full-blown shimmer across the lid. That's why I like to have a little bit of matte in between the inner corner and the outer. This orangey copper colour and this reddy colour, and just add that to the outer section of the eye. Now I am going to spray my brush first with the Morphe setting spray. Guys, I know every single person and their mother is using this on YouTube. I get it. Whenever I seen them harping on about it, I was like, it's a setting spray, like, come on. But then I got it, and I understand why. It's just so satisfying not having it like spit at you, and just the constant spray. It's just delightful. Like the particles are very fine, so it doesn't even feel like you're like spraying your face. Yeah, we're spraying our brush first. Making sure to bring it right up to where cup creases. You only need the tiniest amount of this as well, by the way, because it's super pigmented. Taking the reddy metallic shade, I'm just going to pop that in between the dark red and the orange metallic. That way we're blending from all angles. We're blending upwards, blending outwards, we're blending inwards, everywhere. Moving on then to the glitter line, I'm using Inglot's Aqua Stick number 12. This is like my favourite thing for doing these glitter lines with. I used to stick down glue and then put glitter on top, and it used to take me forever. This literally takes about 2 seconds. Okay, that's a lie, it takes more than 2 seconds, but it doesn't take very long. And they're so easy to clean up as well if you make a mistake. So I'm taking this on a small little Inglot lip brush, the 12S. You can take it on a liner brush if you want, I just can't find mine. Starting from the inner corner, we're just going to follow the line that we created. This is where you don't breathe. Breathing isn't really an option at this stage, I'm sorry. What I like to do in the inner corner then is just drag it slightly inward. I just love the effect it gives, like up against the matte in here. I think it looks really cool to have like a really bright inner corner. Moving on then to liner, I'm of course going to be taking Inglot 77 gel liner mixed with a little bit of Jaclyn just to make it a little bit more liquidy. I'm taking this on my Inglot 42T brush. I'm just going to draw a line across the lid, thicker at the outside, thinner on the inside. Then taking a small drop of Jaclyn and my 13P brush, aka my most favorite brush of life. I'm just going to use the Jaclyn to smoke out the edges of that liner a little bit because I prefer my liner to be smoky. I'm then going to take this small Rebelluna bullet brush, this is the R24, and just some of that dark red we used earlier. And I'm just going to blend the very, very edges. Then taking the same little 13P brush, I'm just going to take the black from the palette and just press it on top just to get even more darkness. Black is a very dangerous color, alright? It demands respect, so we're going to use it on a tiny ass brush. This little 13P. It's the only brush I'll use for black eyeshadow. Then taking another clean 13P. So I have one for my darker colours and one for my lighter ones. Just taking this shimmery shade that has more of a yellowy undertone to it. And just popping that right into the inner corner. I feel like the yellowy undertone goes a lot better with this look as opposed to the other one, which is more like a peachy kind of colour. That is blinding, like oh my god. What goes up must come down, so everything we use on top I'm just going to use underneath. The waterline then, you could go super dark if you wanted to, you could go for blacks, you could go for browns. I'm going to go for a nude though, I just feel like it makes the eye look stand out even more. Just going to pop on some mascara and lashes and I'll be right back. And that there is the finished eye look. I will have a video coming up on how to apply eyelashes if it's not up already. I'll leave it down below if it is. I wanted to do a full in-depth video on how to apply eyelashes because I got asked about it so much. Moving on then to finish up the face, I just wanted to play around with a few other products that I had got. So I'm going to be applying my highlighter then using the Rebelluna R06 brush. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a blending brush, but it's perfect for highlight. It's literally like the perfect size. And just some champagne pop. And applying that to the highest points of my face first. Cheekbones, cupid's bow, nose, a little bit above the arch of my brow. I wouldn't recommend this if you're oily, but my skin's super dry, so I can afford to do this. Then for a super blinding highlighter I'm going to be using today is this guy here. It's the Ofra Cosmetics Glazed Donut Highlighter in collaboration with Nikki Tutorials. Guys, I shit you not. I shit you not. This is the most blinding highlight I've ever seen in my life. I put this on like I normally would any highlighter, picked up a normal amount, put it on my face, and I was like madness. But take the tiniest amount of this, you do not need an awful lot. Like the most pigmented highlighter ever. I'm taking this on the same brush. I'm just taking it on the very highest points of my face. Literally the tiniest amount. Popping it right onto that highest point, like oh my god. Onto the highest, like oh my good Jesus. For my lips then, I have a few Morphe liquid lipsticks I wanted to try. I want to go for something different. I always go for like a real nude, so I want to go for like a nude that has more colour, if that makes sense. We're going to try this one. This is called Peanut. Okay, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more bronze than what I am for this lip. So what I'm going to use is the Be Bold bronzer. It's like a dupe for the MAC Give Me Sun. Just applying that all over where I want it to be nice and bronzed. I always feel that whenever I wear a darker lip, I need to like bronze myself up a little bit more, you know? That there is the finished look for you guys using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette and a few other bits and pieces as well. So overall, what are my thoughts on the palette? Honestly, it blends like a dream. An absolute dream. I had absolutely no issues with this palette whatsoever. There definitely is a difference between this and normal Morphe eyeshadows. These are a lot more pigmented. Unreal. Just so good. Like, thumbs up to Jaclyn and Morphe. I really do think this is like the perfect palette because you do have your, obviously your warm tones, your browns, You have your deep browns as well, you have your shimmers and your pop of colour as well. I love how she incorporated some really cool colours into it. These would look gorgeous on all eye colours as well. The shimmers are insane. Obviously you need to spray it as you do with all shimmers, make them more intense, but unreal. I'm honestly so impressed with it and so happy that us Irish people and UK people and European people can get it now without paying smelly customs. That's always a plus. So like I said, this palette is available to buy off Beauty Bay without the smelly customs. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe also if you want to see some more of my videos. Don't forget to comment down below if you got this palette, if you are going to get this palette after watching this tutorial, if you're going to get it off Beauty Bay. I'm pretty sure it's out of stock at the moment, but hopefully it'll be coming back soon then. So I'll leave full product details for this look down below for you guys if you want to check that out. Don't forget to follow me over on my other social media platforms as well. So I have Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat and Instagram. All of that is KeilidhMua. You can follow me over there. Much appreciated. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in my next video. Boys, let's go. Get up.